Hey everybody, Rich here. This is another video on email signatures and putting images in them. Now I've covered this before, but I've never shown it with like a retro vibe to it with some cool animated video game sprites. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do now. Now a video game sprite can be found, or video game sprites can be found at the Game Sprites archive at gsarchives.net, as you see in the address bar up here. And for this example, I am going to show how to put in sprites in a webmail signature. I will be using AOL Mail, although this will work with Hotmail, Yahoo Mail, Gmail. As long as you have a signature editor, basically any webmail that you use that has a signature editor that has rich text editing, meaning you can do bold, italic, and underline stuff. For plain text signatures, this will not work. It has to have, like for example, if you can do this with your text, you can bold or italicize it. If you can make your text look like that in your email signature, in your webmail, you can do this. So anyway, in the Game Sprites archive, I will go to NES and S. I'll go old school with Super Mario here, and Super Mario Brothers 2, category sprites, animated sprites. Now I do like Super Mario Brothers 2 in particular for sprites because on this website there are more choices for objects. And I like the objects better than the actual characters. The difference between an object and a character is pretty simple. You know, like the POW block, and you'll see the when you click it, you see the little sprite box come up here with the actual animation. I just happen to like these better than, because everyone uses the characters, and I mean you could go to the top here and use like there's Mario right there, but I want to be a little different, so I'll use a POW block. Now what you do is simply right click and save image as, or save picture as, depending on which browser you have, and then you save the file to the desktop. Now I've already done this. I have 3 of them here that I've downloaded previous to starting this video. The PAL block, the Fire Flower from Super Mario Brothers 1, and the star from Super Mario Brothers 1. The reason I'm doing all 3 is I'm showing you what you can do when you want to have more than one image. Anyway, so I've downloaded those, and I'm going to use imgur.com to post this image. So all I have to do is just drag the image. I go to the browser, I go to imgur and click, drag, let go, start upload, and there it is. And let me just reposition this browser again. So there's my POW block, there's my Fire Flower. I've already done the Fire Flower and the star previous to this. But anyway, and the first thing you're probably going to say is, man, that's tiny. Yeah, but that's the whole point. You don't want something in an email signature that's huge, because that's annoying. You want something that's subtle and small. So when people see it, they say, oh, that's neat. Wow, that's cool. Instead of, oh my god, what is this thing, this humongous graphic in this email? You want something small and out of the way, but just, it's basically speaking, sprites are perfect for retro email signatures. They really are. So anyway, at this point, all I have to do is click the image so it is the only thing visible in the browser. And I'm going to do that for this one. Notice that it goes to the top left corner. And for this one too. Okay, so now I have these 3 things. This GIF, and this GIF. Okay. Now the way to put this into an email signature, I have shown this before, but I'm going to show it again, is to do a Control A to select all and a Control C to copy. Now if you're using IE or Firefox, when you do a Control A, you're going to see a little darkened box around the image. In Chrome, you don't see anything, so you have to kind of go on faith that it's going to do it, so to speak. But trust me, it's going to do it. So anyway, I'll start with the PAL block. I go anywhere inside, well, first of all, you go to where the image is, then you single left click anywhere in the white space and press Control A. Nothing appears to have happened. Something did happen. We've just selected all. We've selected the image. Now we need to copy it. Control C to copy. I go to my email signature, and I right click, and I paste. And there's my POW block. And I press spacebar to put my cursor after it. Then I'm going to go to my second image and do the same thing. Click in the white space, Control A to select all, Control C to copy, back to the signature, right click, paste. Press spacebar once. Rinse and repeat. Go to the final image, click in the white space, Control A to select all, Control C to copy. Back to the email signature, right click, paste. Now I'm not saying to stuff up your email signature with a bunch of animated images because it just gets annoying at that point to view, but I did want to show how to do multiples in case you wanted to do it. Now for this one I'm just going to keep I'll keep the star image, so I'm using my keyboard right now, so I'll take my mouse, put it over here, use my left and right arrow keys on my keyboard. So I'll position it before the star and just delete everything before it with the backspace key. So I'll tap the backspace a few times until I get to the beginning, and now I have just one image. And then I press the right arrow key to go after it, press the space, I'll put my name, my email address, my website, and then actually I'll do that with the mouse. I will select the text and make it a color which is more like the star's color, which I guess would be around an orange. Yeah, sort of, kind of. So I'll select all and bold that, and maybe put it in Verdana, and actually no, Verdana, bad choice. Back to Arial, make it 12 point. Yeah, it's about right. You know, it looks kind of garish a little bit, but the point is that it works. So then save my signature, and then compose a new email, and there it is. So any mail I compose or reply or forward will show my signature with that little starman or star sprite. That was, yeah, that one from the game Sprites archive. And also I should note that if the animation, even in tiny form, is a little too annoying for some people, remember there are also non-animated sprites. So if I go to NES, I think the original Super Mario does have a bunch of non-animated sprites, maybe. Nope, they just have animated for that one. Let's try Super Mario 2 sprites. Oh, there we go, non-animated. It depends on the game. Characters, bosses, enemies, items, objects. Ah, objects. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Look at all that. Nice. So, there's the objects for Super Mario 2. Okay, let's try items. Oh, there's a 1-up. Perfect. You could use like a 1-up mushroom for that. And again, just right click and save, and do the same thing I showed before, where you just put it on your desktop, plop it onto IMGUR, and then just put it into your email signature and go from there. So you get this cool little retro thing just by using sprites. And sprites are neat because they just are. They stick out. When you're trying to get people's attention with an email signature, you want something which is small and subtle, not something which is garish and huge, because no one likes those, because those are annoying. So check out the sprites and throw them into your email signature, and you'll have a cool retro signature.